and he has been treated like a joker. It is a pressure when someone like a caliber of Rishabh Pant is waiting in the
I mean,
wings.
Kohli has scored 14,000 runs. You can't ask a player like his caliber to change his game.
So yes, India has won their last league game as well. Yeah, more positives than negative. But the biggest positive, was it Shreyas Iyer or was it Varun Chakravarti for you, Janaj?
I mean, both were good at their case. Like after losing three quick wickets in the first 10 overs, like, yeah, almost, yeah, in the first 10 overs itself, the way Aksar and Shreyas battled those middle overs, creating a partnership. And then later on, Hardik Pandya coming in,
Hmm.
firing those quick 45, I think he scored
45,
47.
45 or 45, yes.
Yeah, 45 or 45, so pretty good. And then coming to the bowlers, the decision to go with five spinners was really a good one.
Four in today's
Four
match.
spinners, yes. Four spinners was really a good one. And main reason why, yeah, it was actually a good tactical change to bring in to go in with four spinners. One thing which I would want to say that probably this will be the same setup which we'll see even in the semi-final as well, because
Hmm.
this gambit has worked really well. But
Hmm.
again, against Australia, the kind of batting lineup which they have got an experienced batting lineup, but not an experienced bowling
Both.
lineup. But that batting lineup is pretty good with Josh Inglis
Yeah.
scoring runs against India as well. You have got Steve
Hmm.
Smith, you have got your nemesis Travis Head over there. So we have got an all round. So I'm India will win.
Hmm.
India might win the next one. We'll talk about that later on, but it'll
Hmm.
be a tough one to win with, especially with the kind of batting lineup they have got.
Yeah.
And Varun Chakravarti was splendid. I didn't expect him to pick up a fifer the way
Hmm.
he started off his
Hmm.
innings, and even the commentators were saying that he has not been that great in Dubai, considering the last World Cup campaign, T20 campaign which we had. I think that
Hmm.
was the last one under Virat Kohli, that campaign. So yes, but overall, Varun Chakravarti is a really good prospect,
Hmm.
especially for now, because he has not played a lot of ODIs. So many bowlers or many batsmen are not able to read what he's bowling, and he bowls very fast, so he doesn't give you a lot of time to read his variations. So that
Hmm.
one thing which is good and positive for India.
Yeah. So yeah, Vaibhav, what positives or negatives you get out of this match?
Firstly, the first 10 overs, India
Hmm.
look a bit worrying. The
With the bat?
opening, sorry,
With the bat or ball?
with the bat,
Yeah. Yeah.
because in the last two games, I don't think much has happened except for that quick 40 from Rohit Sharma, and Shubman
Hmm.
Gill took the game deeper. But other
Hmm.
than that, I think Rohit Sharma can still play well.
Hmm.
His, you know, his involvement is needed more than
Yeah.
anything else. Um,
Yes.
and I think that every time when people say that Virat has come to form, uh, it's just another day that passes. He just scores a century here and there just to keep the records high, and that's all. I think both Rohit and Virat need to come in and perform. Only then we can see India grow as a team. Unfortunately, they are in the wrong side of 30s and the wrong end of their careers to be in such a you know,
Hmm.
impactful game. So let's see how they do in the next game, because the next game is Australia. But
Hmm.
getting to the bowling, on the bowling side, picking four spinners was amazing. Varun Chakravarti was a mystery spinner. Nobody knew how to face him. And that's what
Hmm.
changed. On the New Zealand side, if Conway would have played, then things would
Hmm.
have been slightly different, because we saw Kane Williamson play Varun Chakravarti with, he played him much better than the other players.
Hmm.
That's because of the traditional way of cricket which he plays. He doesn't go for the big shots easily. He takes his time and then rides out every player. That's how he plays.
Hmm.
The same thing with Conway. It was evident that Conway was missing. If Conway
Hmm.
was there, the match would have been much different, because
Hmm.
he plays spin very nicely, and that's one of the main things we have to note, because we could face New Zealand. There is a possibility of us facing New Zealand again if we
Mm,
go through and New Zealand beats South Africa. So that's
mm,
something we have to consider. Other than that, the fact was why spin took off was the pitch was slow. The ball was stopping and then getting to the bat. That's the main reason why spin worked out, and that's the main reason why we won the game. I
mm,
just feel that Varun Chakravarti should have been there with MSD. He would have been a different kind of person. Like Jaddu, Ashwin, all these guys became like great cricketers just because
mm.
of MSD and the way he gave them the opportunity. I think the similar thing if was with Varun Chakravarti, it would have been like he would have been the next big thing. Hopefully that happens in the next few years. Other
Yeah,
than that, I think uh, Glenn Phillips, Glenn Phillips' catch for Virat, amazing.
yeah. Mm,
He's got a natural talent. That's what I feel. Because players like Virat are also amazing in the field, but it's because
mm,
of his fitness, and I don't think that is natural. Whereas
mm,
Glenn Phillips was a natural, like how Jadeja does. We hardly
mm.
see Jadeja miss anything. So I
Yeah,
see Glenn Phillips and Jadeja on the same scale. Other
mm,
than that,
mm,
I think that's the main thing that I noted. Another important fact is the way Glenn Phillips played Varun Chakravarti was very different. That's also one of the reasons why he got out quickly. So if
mm,
you see Glenn Phillips, like every time he was playing the spinner, he used to go front foot and play. Whereas all the others, especially Kane Williamson, tried to play him on the back foot or took his time
mm,
to hit the ball. That is something which everybody needs to learn. Probably that's the way to decode Varun Chakravarti. We'll
mm,
see what happens in the next game. Next game is the most important one, India Australia. When we get to that,
mm. Yeah. So yeah, I mean a lot of positives for both the sides. I mean the fielding of New Zealand has been great. We know that about Glenn Phillips. He has done that previously in this series as well. The catch of Mohammad Rizwan. This was the catch of Virat Kohli was on the right, but that was on his left. And to we all know when you are a right-hander to get a catch towards your left, and which that agility and that short span of time was. That catch was the talk of the match for sure. The way I wouldn't say that Virat was looking very good, but yeah, he was batting decently, and he did hit a couple of boundaries as well before that, and he was set to get another 50, I would say, if not 100, if that catch wasn't taken by Glenn Phillips. Yeah, before I go, Jinash, you wanted to talk
Yeah,
something?
I mean that's what, like, I wouldn't say that Virat Kohli, I mean Glenn Phillips catching that. I mean Virat Kohli was really unlucky in that case because
Yeah,
if you see the replay as well,
yeah, yeah.
Virat Kohli was not even able, did not even finish his bat swing before that the catch was taken.
Mm,
In
mm,
If anyone apart from Glenn Phillips or any other fielder would have been there, not
mm,
that with that much agility or
yeah,
reflexes, it would
mm,
have actually gone for a four any day. But
yes.
Glenn Phillips in the 30 yards circle,
Mm,
he's really good in that 30-yard circle.
yeah.
So again, I wouldn't compare him very much with Ravindra Jadeja. Jadeja is much better. He's all-rounder. You will see
Mm,
him in the 30 yard as well. You will see him behind outside the 30 yard as well, fielding well. But with
mm,
Glenn Phillips, before the start of the Champions Trophy or before the Tri Series as well in Pakistan,
mm,
I think during the New Zealand, England New Zealand Test match, the Test series which was going on during uh, 2024-25. At that
mm.
time, he tend to miss a lot of catches as well outside the
Mm.
30-yard circle
Right,
because
right.
in Test we don't have that 30-yard
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
So
yeah.
outside, so he's good within. He's a good fielder, but
Mm,
I wouldn't rank him with Ravindra Jadeja.
mm,
And to be honest, and again with Virat Kohli as well, he was really unlucky. The
yeah.
worrying part was Rohit Sharma's dismissal.
Mm,
Now Rohit Sharma has played in the on this pitch and he knows that that quick fire 40-50 is not actually going to be helpful on this pitch.
mm, mm.
At certain times, yes, it will be helpful,
Yes.
but that quick fire 30-40 won't be helpful on this pitch.
Yes.
So he- in on this pitch as well, the way he got out, he
Mm.
misjudged the ball. Like he thought that the ball would come much faster to him, but the
Mm.
ball was actually a slow-paced one, and it came and
Mm.
it hit the top and the bottom edge of his bat, and it went
Mm.
for a catch straight away, and it was a soft dismissal.
Yeah.
So Rohit Sharma actually needs to stay on the crease much more. If
Mm.
Rohit Sharma doesn't stay, it's not always that
Mm.
Shreyas Iyer or a Gill. You saw your top three batters, your one of your best batters. Gill also got out today. And
Yeah.
if Shreyas Iyer's wicket would have gone, things would have been really different and we would be talking something else over here. We would
Yes.
not be talking about India's win.
Yeah.
So I would want mainly like Virat Kohli, he was unlucky, that's fair. But if he would have got out through a spinner, then we would again be talking something different about Virat Kohli.
Mm.
But he got out because of a magnificent catch of Glenn Phillips.
Yeah.
The main issue, as I said, is with Rohit Sharma. He needs to play those long innings because
Mm.
that quick firebrand 40-50, yes, it might help, but if he gets out on this pitch, then it becomes much more tougher for even for the
Mm.
uh, middle order batsmen to play
Right.
because you saw, I mean, when he plays in the first 10 overs, when he scores at 40, 42, and everything, that
Mm.
time we say that the pitch is easy. But
Mm.
once he gets out and we see in the middle overs, the pitch becomes actually tough.
Yes.
So it would be better that he stays for a much more longer time on the pitch.
Yes, I mean, yeah, I partially agree and also disagree with that. First thing is when your ball is hard new, you have to get those runs, especially to get advantage of the field restrictions at least in the first 10 overs. You definitely have to go about the bowlers and yes, get those quick fire runs. I'm not saying that play a T20 cricket, but Virendra Sehwag used to do this amazingly well to get those runs as well and still preserve his wicket as well. Sometimes it used to be those incoming deliveries which would get him a wrapped on pads as got out in the 2011 ODI World Cup.
Yeah,
Other than that, he used to be great with those new ball and getting those quick runs. So yes, I would say it is important to get those runs because as the ball gets softer and as the spinners come into operations, it becomes difficult to score runs. And if you don't have those 20-25 added runs in those 10 overs, and you have maybe a run rate of 4.5 even in those 10 overs without those quick fire runs, then it would be that would be the difference between the total of 220 and a 250. So it is those 20-30 runs which make the difference. But yes, I would say you have to capitalize and you have to play percentage cricket when your opening partner is dismissed cheaply.
that's
That
what.
is
Like if Gill would have been there and if he would have been out, then that would have been a difference.
100%.
Because now Gill
100%.
also getting out, and then a player like Virat Kohli who doesn't play that kind of cricket, rightly
Mm.
so, because one
Yeah.
player doesn't need to play.
Yeah.
So he doesn't play, and then your innings becomes low. Luckily, we had
Mm.
Shreyas Iyer, but
Mm.
what if he would have also gone out? So he should be preserving his
because
wicket.
because that's how Rohit Sharma and Shikhar Dhawan were so good in their days when either Shikhar used to take the charge, then Rohit used to be the one who would play slowly and play stable cricket. If Shikhar used to get out, Kohli used to come and play those stability innings, and Rohit Sharma used to take on the attack.
That's
So
what.
this is how you manage and play those 50 over games. But when Shubman Gill didn't have his day. He got out cheaply. It was Rohit Sharma's job to give a long partnership with with Kohli there. But coming to Kohli, yes, he was looking decent. I wouldn't say the best, but he was looking decent, and I'm sure if it wasn't for Glenn Phillips, he would have got another 50, 60 runs to get you stabilize those middle order batters. But yeah, nonetheless, that was done by Shreyas Iyer. He did that amazingly well after 35 for three, I think, in the first 10 overs to play that kind of a knock and get out around 30ish, 40ish ish overs and
Yeah,
then give Pandya that
that's
quick
what.
fire 45 runs in the last 5-7 overs was great to see. I mean, yes, he did run out of partners, but Aksar did play a knock which was there to stabilize those 20-25 overs in the middle, and then it was up to the bowlers. So yeah, when it comes to the bowlers, it was amazing to see Varun Chakravarti as how he went about with his business, knowing that he was playing an ODI match in a pressure situation, playing with the strongest team in the tournament, and then straight away going there and performing that way was amazing. Also, getting out of his mind those old days of 2021 when he failed on those only wickets, to get that out of his mind and still perform well was great. Let's come to the keeping. It was KL Rahul. He got it terribly wrong in the keeping department today
Batting
with
also.
yeah. So let's come to KL Rahul as a whole. What do you think is going wrong for him? Is it the position? Is it the mindset? Is it the uh, as he said in the press conference, that pressure of Rishabh Pant being around him, feeling that his position is under scrutiny? Is that getting into his head, or do you think there is some other issue with KL Rahul Weber?
Definitely, Rishabh Pant in the side will be a factor of concern for him. But more than that, his position. He is sent below Hardik Pandya, below an Akshar Patel. He's not such a player. He is a player who usually at one point was opening, and then
Hmm.
sometime he used to play number four, number five. So that I feel is the main thing that's happening there, and that is showing on his his mental fitness. But anyways, KL Rahul has still got something in him, and that's the main reason why he's been chosen in this side, and he's been the main player, main wicket keeper. And if a Rishabh Pant was picked, the dynamics of the team will drastically change. You wouldn't see an Akshar come up and perform or a Hardik Pandya come up and perform. I think as for the team, it is okay, but as for the future of KL Rahul, still seems to be not that great. Hopefully, he does something in IPL and that changes things. But as for now, I think that's the main thing that's affecting him, the position in which he
Hmm.
plays.
Yeah. Junaid?
Firstly, I don't really fully agree with the like with what Weber said about like first he used to be an opener, then you made him play at 4 or 5. The only reason why he was removed from the opener spot because he used to get injured quite a lot or used to not perform, and that's the reason why Shikhar Dhawan and Rohit Sharma came. Now, in this past 10 years, even after Shikhar Dhawan left, then when Shubman Gill came, your top three has been one of the best if you consider the whole of the Indian ODI
Back. Yeah.
cricketing, yeah, like the history.
Hmm.
Rohit Sharma, Shikhar Dhawan, Virat Kohli, or Rohit Sharma, Shubman Gill, or Virat Kohli. These three have been one of the best consistent performers. So even removing them for now, even from the team where there were questions about Jaiswal coming in place of Shubman Gill or Jaiswal coming in place of Rohit Sharma, it was laughable because of the firstly of the kind of form Rohit Sharma is in the ODI setup, and even with Virat Kohli for that matter, the kind of experience form also, like because the dynamics, I mean, from a red ball to a white ball changes dramatically. So that's one thing. So the only reason why KL Rahul was actually pushed down the order because your opening slots were fixed, and yeah, your opening slots were fixed. That's the reason he was pushed down the order. That's one thing. Now, today's match, yes, Akshar Patel is coming before him to bat, but it's not like Akshar Patel batted till the 40th over. Akshar Patel only batted till the 30th over. After that, KL Rahul came. KL Rahul had 20 overs to capitalize. But did he? He didn't do it. He didn't play that. He hit 1-6, 1-4. I got happy. After that, he got out like quite cheaply. So that's one thing. Like you have got those 20 overs to capitalize.
Hmm.
And this is the kind of a player who's still actually, I'm not sure whether he's looking for a comeback in the T20 side,
Hmm.
but at least he has not yet retired from the T20 side. So this
Hmm.
is the same kind of player who might be opening for um, Delhi as well. I think he's playing for Delhi, right? For IPL.
Yeah.
He might
Yeah.
be opening for Delhi as well. So you
Hmm.
have got that perfect setup of playing those 20 overs.
Hmm.
Just consider it as that you are a top order batsman and play those 20 overs as T20. He had that
Hmm.
opportunity. He didn't capitalize it and he
Hmm.
failed. Now,
Yeah.
this can affect his keeping as well. I'm not saying that it may not have affected his keeping, and that's the reason why he's making those blunders.
mm,
But again, like when you have a player like Rishabh Pant in your squad,
mm,
then why do you want to use player like KL Rahul at number six when he's not fit for number six? We all know that he's not fit for number six. Just to
mm,
put that left right hand combination, you're putting KL Rahul inside the. I mean, you're promoting Aksar and then you're even keeping KL Rahul. Don't
mm,
waste him over there.
mm.
I mean, put up a Rishabh Pant over there and keep. I mean, I don't know if you want to keep KL Rahul, then you will have to remove Shreyas Iyer or someone from that position, but that is not going to happen.
Mm,
So yes, keeping has been a letdown, but
mm,
I wouldn't say that it's affecting, like he's a really bad keeper. The kind of things like, shuffling his batting order and those kind of things
mm,
may affect his mindset. But again, you're a professional cricketer. Like
mm.
from professional cricketers, you expect them to have a clear mindset and not take a lot of things in your mind. Just think about Hardik Pandya. Hardik Pandya lost his captaincy. Do you see the kind of leniency in his bowling or a batting or in his fielding? No, we don't see that.
Yeah.
So this has been much bigger than what KL Rahul had to suffer, getting
Mm,
snubbed off from captaincy for whatever reasons
mm.
might be.
Yeah.
So that's one thing, and probably post this Champions Trophy, I don't think KL Rahul will be in the contentions for ODIs as well.
Shouldn't be. I don't agree. He should be.
I mean, if they are, I mean, possibly if you're going with the same lineup, I don't like if you're not able to fit KL Rahul in your top five, then I don't think even the selectors will look towards him because the kind of scores he has been. And
Yeah.
it's not like that he has not got his chances. He has got his chances to prove himself as well.
Yeah.
He did that in the England series of that 41,
Mm,
40 odd runs which he played in one game, I think.
mm,
And then
mm,
today he had a perfect chance to set up an innings for him. He could have scored a 50 as well because he
mm,
had those 30 to 50 overs, 20 overs in total. He could
mm,
have
mm.
capitalized on.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. But I feel that we have spoken about this in the those podcasts where we discussed the team when it was announced, and it was announced also when Gautam Gambhir took that press conference that KL Rahul is going to be the first choice wicketkeeper going forward. But I don't think the management is doing any good to KL Rahul by making him play at 6 or 7,
Yeah.
as what you mentioned that was our only point, that if you have an option like a Rishabh Pant, then why not try him or make him play at number 6 or 7 where he is suited for, where he's suited for completely for that the kind of game he has. A player who has been in and out of the team, in and out of because of the injuries, has been opening, has been one down, two down, three. I think KL Rahul has batted on all the positions in
Yes.
from 1 to 7, and he has been treated like a joker by all the management. I wouldn't blame Gautam Gambhir for that matter. By even the previous management, if you go with Ravi Shastri's management, Dravid's management,
No,
or
but
Gautam
no,
now,
no, but but to place KL Rahul,
hmm,
where will you? I mean, whom will you kick out? Like Rohit Sharma until
I
the
agree.
Bangladesh
I
series, he
agree.
used to perform well in the top order.
Yeah,
Virat Kohli performs well.
I agree.
Cheteshwar
I agree
Pujara
that
used to
he's
perform.
been I mean, he has been not consistent here. When you are playing for a country like India, where you have so much of a competition for your space going forward, you should be consistent. You should be performing. You should grab those opportunities wherever you and whenever you get them. But I'm just saying that if it is a fault of around 70% not performing, not being consistent, it has been the team management's fault as well. To at least if you are keeping him at 5, keep him at 5. Now you shifted him to 6, then you shift him to 7. This is not the way to treat a player. And going forward, you say that he's going to be your first choice keeper. If you're making him play like that, then give him those big chances. Because as I was mentioning to you as well, Aksar Patel, if he fails in his batting at number 5, he has bowling to prove his point,
True.
that about his selection. KL Rahul fails at 6, he has nothing to prove at. And obviously, in those pitches like where ball are spinning a lot, keeping low, things are going to go bad in keeping. Best of the keepers have failed in this kind of pitches. So the morale of KL Rahul is only going to go down, and that showed in that press conference when he confessed that yes, it is a pressure when someone like a caliber of Rishabh Pant is waiting in the wings, and I am the first choice keeper. So you are just putting your player, your first choice wicket keeper, as to say, in a lot of pressure that you are not making him feel secure. That's what my
No,
only
but
point.
no, but we made him feel secure during the World Cup as well, 23. We saw the way he performed right in the like Rohit Sharma used to give the same quick fire until
Hmm.
even in the semi-finals against
Yeah,
New Zealand in the
yeah.
World Cup 23. Rohit Sharma gave that same 47, 48, 47, 48 he used to give. Same
Hmm.
kind of strike rate he was playing with.
Hmm.
Then came Virat Kohli and KL Rahul, two
Yeah.
players. I
Hmm.
mean, no doubt Shreyas Iyer was there, but Shreyas Iyer got out. But now that is one reason why they have put a Akshar Patel over there, a left-handed batsman, because he can play around. If
Right.
if KL Rahul could, if KL Rahul is not able to change his game,
Hmm.
then why not Akshar Patel coming ahead of him? There's something which KL Rahul also needs to understand. He cannot be playing the same kind of game which he has been playing before. We all
Hmm.
knew that England were way ahead during the 2019 World Cup. The kind
Hmm.
of fire playing they used to play, the kind of play David Malan, Jason Roy used to play with. They even scored 400 against Australia in one of the matches before the
Yeah.
World Cup 2019.
Hmm.
And India was just catching up. Even Ashwin told about this. But now everyone has started capitalizing on that, and England are not able to catch up.
Hmm.
But still, KL Rahul has not upped his game.
Hmm.
Same thing you will even say then why Kohli is not playing the way. But Kohli has, I mean, Kohli has scored 14,000 runs. You can't ask a player like his caliber to change his game. You have
Hmm.
to ask someone else who has not achieved that much to change his
Hmm.
game. So
Yeah.
this is something which I would say it's on KL Rahul also, that he
Hmm.
had the opportunity to change his game. He had the opportunity to change his game even during the IPL. Trolls
Hmm.
were made on him for the kind of strike rate he used to play at.
Hmm.
Even in for Lucknow Super Giants, there were trolls around that what
Hmm.
kind of strike rate are you playing with?
Yeah, yeah,
170.
he did lose
A
his
lot of
franchise
trolls.
because of that. Yes.
Yes, yes, that's the thing. He also has to change his game at the same time.
Right.
I think
Vaibhav, you
what
want
needs
to?
to happen, yeah, I
Yeah.
think what needs to happen is in the past under MSD also, certain
Hmm.
players, even players like Yuvraj Singh, they were, removed from the side for a few series because they weren't
Hmm.
performing well. Something
Hmm.
similar has to happen, and probably you could
Yes,
even try players from Smart or Vijay Hazare or even Ranji Trophy, you could give them an opportunity. Or you
Yeah.
already have Ishan Kishan, like Rishabh Pant, all of them. So
Yeah.
I don't see why they are preferring to go with him when you can.
Hmm.
When in the past they've considered putting out players like Yuvraj Singh, who is
Hmm.
million miles ahead of player like KL Rahul.
any day.
You could easily drop a KL Rahul, but unfortunately they
Hmm.
just won't do it for some bigger reason. Who knows why.
Sure. Yeah, so like that's a question for the viewers as well. Why do you think has KL Rahul given such a longer rope, despite of his, I would say, average performance at number 5 or 6 for that matter? Do tell us in the comments what do you feel about it. But that brings me to the next question, as we are also building up for the semi-final, because there is this very quick turnaround. In a day's time, India is playing Australia now for their semi-final. Do you think that after this amazing bowling lineup has clinched a victory against New Zealand, do you think that India is going to even try and make any change? Or do you think that I think Shami was looking off color, so he might be resting, and someone like an Arshdeep or a Harshit Rana can come in his place, Vaibhav?
I don't think they're going to make any change because
Hmm.
this has been a winning format and spin does support. So I think Mohammed Shami should be good enough to bowl 10 overs. He won't be bowling 10 overs together. It will be 5 overs in the first, then maybe 5 overs somewhere in the middle
Yeah,
or
he
towards
didn't.
the end.
I think he did bowl only 5 overs today. So.
Between the over 20 and 40, they capitalized a lot. So
Hmm.
it's the same thing that they need to do in the next game as well because Australia don't have many spinners. They're going to try
Hmm.
with all their part-time spinners. They might use them. Steve Smith, who can occasionally bowl spin. Who else do they
Hmm.
have? I think they've got Adam Zampa, who's their
Travis
main
Head.
spinner. Yeah, Travis said an occasional spinner again. So that's what they're going to do. But
mm,
on the fast bowling side, I think the first 10 overs is the main thing to watch out because they'll be using combination of Nathan Ellis and Spencer Johnson. So Rohit Sharma might have to watch out for them because if he rides out those 10 overs against these guys, then he can capitalize on the game. That's what he needs to do. But for the most part, I feel that it will be the same team. I'd like to see Varun Chakravarti go against Travis Head because Travis
mm,
Head doesn't spin very well, and it will be nice to have him, go off in the first few runs that he makes or in the first
yeah,
few balls that he faces. Other than that, I think if India wins the toss, they'll have to score at least 60, 70 plus in the first 10 overs and
mm,
put the pressure on Australia. On the
mm,
other hand, if India lose the toss and Australia opts to bat, then
mm,
they'll have to contain them below 50 uh,
mm,
because once again, in those middle overs is when most teams try to capitalize. And if that happens, then it's going to be hard.
mm,
Either team, whoever wins the toss, the batting side will have to score at least 280 plus in order to win the game, be it India
yeah,
or Australia, because especially facing a team like Australia you know, who are dynamic. They don't play the same form of cricket everywhere like what England
mm,
does.
mm,
They change the way they play completely. So you
mm,
could see
mm,
something different in Dubai. For the
yeah,
conditions, they'll change the way they play. And
yeah,
I feel that if India was to, up to bat first, then they'll have to put a high target closer to 300. That's what is going to work
mm,
out because a 220, 250 might be good enough for Pakistan or Bangladesh, but that
mm,
doesn't apply to Australia. Another thing with Australia is Australia has played only one full game in this Champions
mm,
Trophy. The other
mm,
two games have
mm,
been knocked out or partially cut off. So
mm,
that's another thing which we'll have to see because Australia
mm.
didn't get to play their full side, and they aren't injured or anything like that. So they'll come with the full force, and India will have to watch out, ensure that they threaten them before.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I also feel that Australia is going to change the way they have played in Pakistan, and they're going to be different. I think one of their fast bowlers is going to set out, and Tanvir Sangha would come in as he's the
Like
leg break bowler, and he's from Asian origin as well. So Asian origin bowlers are always good and smart as on bowling on such wickets. So he, in comparison, in combination with Adam Zampa, is going to be a good spin duo, and then your Travis Head and your Maxwell can come in as and chip in with some overs as well. So that is going to be a good spin attack from them as well. So I feel, yeah, I also feel that India is going to go unchanged, and I still have my doubts with Mohammed Shami even for those 4 overs. More impactful Shami would have been the most likely thing which we would dream of, but that's okay because he's anyways bowling like 4 to 5 overs, so that's okay if they want to go with him, or otherwise they can give a chance to Arpit. But it's highly unlikely that they would go that route. But yeah, I would watch out for the new bowler which Australia would come in, that is Tanvir Sangha. And if India play them, Adam Zampa and him out well, then I think if India bat first somewhere around 270, 280 is on the cards. And if that is the case, I think India should win it comfortably. And I definitely feel that India is going to make their way to the final. So they'll be facing either South Africa or New Zealand for that matter in that match. But yeah, we'll talk about that match later. But I'll take your picks on or predictions on this match. What do you think Australia is going to bring for us, Jinaj?
yeah, I mean, I think again, like Tanvi Sangha might come in and they might
Mm,
drop in one fast bowler because they don't have a lot of spinners
yeah,
in
yeah,
their squad. They have got part-time spinners, not full-time spinners. But like I wouldn't look much into the toss because we have been losing from quite a long time with different varied decisions being put
yeah.
towards us. This time we were allowed to bat first
Mm,
and we still won. Last time we were put to bat second and we still won. So one
yeah,
thing I like about this Indian cricket team is that they don't look much into the toss because they know that the toss is not in their control.
yeah.
And Rohit Sharma needs to now start picking tails instead of heads He has been choosing heads and he's been losing. I don't know why is he choosing heads. But yeah, one thing, jokes apart, one thing I like about the Indian team is that they look into the conditions of that particular time, and
mm,
they are able to adapt very fast.
mm,
They are able to think very fast. Even today, you could see. Yes, we know that it was a giveaway that one spinner would come during the power play itself because you are
mm.
bowling with four spinners and two pacers only. So it was,
Mm.
but again, the way
But
he
two
bought
spinners came into the
Jadeja,
power play. Even Varun and Aksar both bowled in the power play.
yeah, both bowled in the power play. Then you even had Jadeja coming in towards the, I mean, not towards the end, but
Later part of the
later
inning. Yeah,
part, like I think the 30th over.
yeah, around 25 or something.
Yeah, so he came in during that time. So the captaincy part was really good. So I hope he stays the same. Rohit Sharma stays the
Mm,
same
mm,
against Australia as well. He's with his top-notch bowling changes and field placements. One thing I would see Harshit Rana coming in for Shami because
mm,
Shami was hit with the ball, and I don't see Harshdeep Singh making an
mm,
impact in this tournament because Harshit Rana is experienced as well now. He has
mm,
bowled very well, not bowled very well, but he has bowled enough to gain experience. So I would see
mm,
Harshit Rana coming in
mm,
for a Mohammed Shami, and Mohammed Shami might sit out.
mm.
And yeah, that's all. Yeah, one thing like spinners, I would want to see the contest between Varun Chakravarti and Glenn Maxwell because
Mm.
Glenn Maxwell plays spin really well. So that's one competition which I would look out for if Varun
Yeah,
Chakravarti will be playing. Most probably he'll be playing, but yeah.
yeah. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, that brings us to the end of today's TBL chatter, and it was an amazing game. It was good to see some fight from the Black Caps, but I feel and all the matches going forward are going to be challenging. And definitely, you can't take an Australia or South Africa also lightly. It's good to beat all the teams in the in the tournament and go and win that tournament. It will be sweeter, but let's see what goes in the semi-finals as well. So please do join us for the post match of the semi-final between India and Australia. So we'll see you then. Take care. Bye bye.